Hello, my Astro family. This is Lada from astrolada.com, and I'm here with one of your favorite astrologers. He's back with the monthly or new moons overview using ancient Babylonian astrology, master astrologer and scholar Trifon Nicolo. Hi, Trifon.
Hi, Lada. Hello, everyone.
Welcome back. We're excited to hear what you have to tell us for this new moon and basically for most of October.
It is extremely important month, as you will see, more so from the all-important and ominous appearance of Venus. Uh, I talked about it before around 10 days, but why I'm mentioning it now? It happened before a couple of days, depending where you live.
Mm-hmm.
So if you live in southern regions, like to the south, like for example, countries like Mexico, states like Florida, or near the equator, then you are enjoying Venus from around 10 days to 2 weeks already. But for the most part of the Western world, especially almost the whole of Europe and almost the whole of United States, this happened around 28th of September. In some places 29th, and I can say in Northern Europe and in Canada, this is still about to happen. So Venus will appear in those places to the north around 5th to 8th probably of October. So it's an ongoing event. And the new month uh, showed the importance of this new appearance of Venus, because the new moon, after the conjunction with the sun, she appeared in the sky a little bit before sunset, exactly close to Venus.
Wow, that sounds good.
Yes, it is. It is. So several signs, they are called omens in ancient times. You know, in ancient Mesopotamia, where the creators, and if not the creators, but the people who have systematized astrology, they live there. They write on clay tablets certain special combinations of the planets. So the ancient priest uh, is watching the sky day and night, and with centuries and even thousands of years, they created a tradition, and they have made, and they been found after before a century and a half from the archaeologists, a whole libraries of such omens, astrological combinations, and there are some of them concerning the appearance of Venus. So I will now describe one of them that is connected with this appearance. So it is uh, given in a certain book written by Roman Kolev. It's still only in Bulgarian, I think. The
Yes,
Astrology of Mesopotamia.
yes.
So the translation itself is of this specific omen is given from scientists from the West in the decades ago. And so, what does it say? When it says that when Venus is appearing for the first time after being invisible, these are explanations from me. It is very short because they're understanding all the material there. So when Venus is appearing for the first time on the west, this means after sunset,
Mm-hmm.
because as a morning star, she is appearing before sunrise.
Mm-hmm.
So here, Venus is appearing as an evening star after sunset. And so when she is appearing in the west, in this time of the year, end of the summer and beginning of the autumn, they say this is a sign that shows two two kings that are enemies will make peace.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So this is what the tablet is saying. So I think this is showing high probability that U.S. and its allies will achieve good peaceful development with Iran. I think.
Okay. All right. That, thank you, God. Let's hope for that.
At least this is the first most obvious meaning, and I think that this ongoing war of Saudi Arabia with Yemenis also there will be some peaceful developments there. So Venus is appearing as an evening star, and in this quality, she is considered to be the most loving, most benevolent planet. She was considered to represent the special goddess of love in ancient times, known by different names in Mesopotamia as Ishtar and Aphrodite in ancient Greece, and so on. And there was only a few things necessary for a very special omen to happen that was about to bring 4 years of justice according to the ancients, but it didn't happen.
Oh,
So
something else had to be done.
maybe next time. Maybe next time. So and also Venus is appearing in the end of Virgo, close to the star that is representing the wheat. Uh, in the hand of the maiden.
That's Spica?
This is Spica, yes. So, however, other sources, including people who are making things like theological research about the meaning of the stars, many of them are considering Spica to represent the divine child from ancient mythologies, not only in the Bible, like Jesus Christ, but also the same in Egyptian mythology, for example.
Uh-huh. Isis with the baby.
Yes, yes. So the Divine Mother with its child. So this can be understood to be so probably as in Indian mythology and Egyptian, but also in Christian.
Mm-hmm. So this is the energy, has this energy star, has the star of the Christ impulse of new
Yes.
life.
So Venus is appearing there and also formed very important spiritual combinations. According to ancient Indian astrologers, the so-called Parivraja Yoga was formed on 28th and especially on 29th, a little bit more stronger. Combination for birth of spiritual persons, persons who are at least so spiritual that they will be able to achieve enlightenment
Wow.
or the so-called nirvana.
Oh,
At
wow.
least, if not something more. This is always a big mystery, of course. Yeah, and I was fascinated to see in the comments about some news, some very smart guy was citing the Bible and remind me about something, and he was citing one place from Psalms that was saying something like that, that it will be really sad, hurtful, and painful time for the earth when its king is young. Yeah. And I remember that according to all the important, famous prophecies from near future, from the near past, like Nostradamus, like Vanga, and so on. They're saying that before the Third World War and big crisis for the Earth is coming, there will be also birth of spiritual people. And also, according to other cycles used in Buddhism, that according to them, there is one prophecy from Buddha that can be understood that now is the time, or the time is really close for, in Buddhism, they will say the divine person to be born again.
Someone who can
To turn the forces
of dark around.
Yes, yes.
But before
So that
that,
the good will prevail.
but before that, the Bible says that it will be very dark times for the humanity when the king is still young.
Yes, yes. There is such.
Starting, I think Trifon, I think you kind of you think with those omens in the sky, it's a great likelihood that such a person was born, maybe with many other accompanying souls who are from a very high level, spiritually evolved, who will help humanity, but first we'll have to go through the dark period in the next 30 to 40 years, I guess.
Yes, and famous prophet from Bulgaria, Baba Vanga, uh, has predicted something similar like a flood in our lifetimes.
Yes, like a flood.
Yes, she said, for example, she and the spiritual master called Peter Danov, again from Bulgaria, they were able to see the future. For example, they were saying, don't go to Greece
Because it will be,
because the Greek Sea will come to us.
yeah. They they predicted so many things that happened already. The Second World War, the fall of the Berlin Wall, so many things. But they also said that only people in the high places will survive. And they said to go to the higher places.
Yes, and when I see sometimes such spiritual combinations forming in the sky, uh, without maybe so much need, but I sometimes am starting to thinking about those predictions of those great minds. So there was strong spiritual combination. It can be said a combination that can be described as uh, happening in the place of the sun, in the sign of the mother.
In the place of the sun, the sun.
Place of the sun, this is Spica star, and the sign of the mother, this is Virgo.
Wow, I'm getting goosebumps.
So, just thinking about it. However, at least people who are able to achieve enlightenment were born according to ancient Indian astrological tradition.
Mhm.
This is the least thing that happened. And also this position that the moon appeared with Venus and was with several other planets, the Sun, the Moon, and Mercury were there. So this appearance of the Moon with Venus also is good for the fruits of the Earth that people working in the agricultural field will receive now. So this must be a very good time. And in general, this is a good month in relation to this the working class, I can say.
The moon, the normal people.
Yes, it's not, of course, without problems, but it's a sign for a good new beginning and development in this cycle of Venus for them, because Venus is appearing in Virgo, in the sign of the working class.
Ah, the working class, the workers. Okay.
Yes, and because of this, it will give some good results to the common people for their work life.
And
and
that's
there will
lasting.
be a good result about it. And also one of the omens that remained for such appearance of Venus is, and this is now important, they say that the market will become more stable. And what does this mean? It means that the prices will go down. So I can see, for example, here in US, how the prices are up in the last few years, and I will now expect that this trend will stop. There will be some balancing in the prices for a
Mhm.
time, which is much needed, of course. There is a wide inequality here as in other places. So Venus will balance the market, the
Mhm.
prices of goods. And this is until this is valid until May.
Okay, till May it carries on.
Yes.
You tell us what goods you think will be good, maybe connected to Virgo goods, isn't it? To the sign of Virgin where Venus appeared.
Yeah, something else also, Venus also will be benefiting every kind of healing processes, I think. Yes, because Virgo is sign of purity and sign of health.
Purification of the body.
Yes, every kind of purification of the body, of the mind, and every way of life and everything that lead us to be more effective in life, which is again equal to health. So Venus is giving us such stronger possibilities and abilities now.
Is it a good time to start some workout, physical routine now, or Mars is invisible? Maybe not yet.
No, it's good. It's good, but it's more like for changing of the diet
Mm-hmm.
and changing of the way of thinking in first place.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes, with invisible Mars, we will talk about it. It's good to be not too much active.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is what Venus is giving, and of course the Moon appearing with Venus is a sign for a generally speaking good month for the humanity, with more love, peace, and you can see different good developments on practical level happening about work. However, let's now talk about Mars. So Mars and also Mercury in many parts of the world are invisible planets. And Mars is doing so, depending on where you live, until the end of October or beginning of November. So Mars, by this situation, is showing that still people who are ruled by Mars are connected with the professions of Mars, like soldiers, engineers, people working with metal and fire, police, firefighters, and so on. Still, such people, and even people connected with sport, uh, such people still can have some troubles. Still, they can experience different kinds of problems. However, it's better than before because Venus has appeared. But now they're expecting Mars to rise. And when Mars will rise in the end of the month, beginning of the next, we will see events connected with him. Because of this, also I can say that the end of the month is a little bit more dangerous time in general for the world because Mars will show his nature. He will, right before becoming visible, he will be most evil, I can say. So the last 5 days of the month and the first 2, 3, 4 days of November can be marked in the news with violence and different kinds of accidents happening.
So appearance of Mars is not is usually more negative thing.
Okay, so Mars, when he makes a station, it is called a station. he is very much stressing upon his own activities. So even if his intention is to bring betterment, still he will do it by his own means, and this is always connected with frenetic activity, fights, conflicts, even kind of war can be there. So Mars will be activated, and of course, this can, on a personal level, for every one of us, this can mean that the houses in our charts ruled by Mars can be activated in a similar way. So we all can experience some kind of a conflict and even some personal war in some cases, because Mars will be appearing in the sky. And this is nothing like else, but that we will start to feel more strength, more energy, which is good. Of course, this will bring more activity, and as a result, success in actions.
More
Yep, for
motivation
everyone.
and yes.
Yes. So, in part, because of this, Mars still can create some problems. I have noticed that right now, because it is invisible, uh, Mars is creating more troubles in transit. If it is touching some important and sensitive points in the chart, then it can bring big troubles and conflicts right now.
But when it's visible, it creates less problem in transits usually.
Yes. Definitely, every planet that is visible is not so much problematic as the ones that are invisible ones. So Mars, in this case, can bring like secret actions, but also dangers and very strong conflicts very suddenly because of its invisibility. However, his appearance in the sky can bring some really Martian kind of event, something that we will hear in the news. So it is, in general, more dangerous time in the end of the month.
And it's going to square Saturn at the same time that it appears.
Yes, this was something that I was about to talk. So two aspects will be there this month with Saturn. One of them is the square of the Sun with Saturn. This will happen after a week. And later, towards the end of the month, the square of Mars with Saturn will be formed. And I can say that especially the date 20, the days between 24th and 26th, and especially 26th of October, is when exactly Mars is making the square with Saturn. And at the same time, we will have a black moon, which means invisible moon. This is the end of the lunar month. And we have even some other difficult positions. So I can say 26th of October will be the worst day in the month. It is really good not to make new things, no new ventures. If you can stay home without making conflicts, good. Otherwise, go out. 26th of October, dangerous day. And in those moments, uh, around 8th, 9th of October, and later in the middle of the last 10 days of the month, these are not good days for starting new things because of the many blockages that Saturn and Mars will bring in those moments.
Mhm.
However, also we are expecting Mercury and Venus to be moving in Libra, which is again to say that Venus is very strong throughout the month. So she will help a lot, I can say, even in the face of those aspects in those moments.
So even though there will be conflicts of some sort, Venusian approach can save the situation, which is compromise, negotiate, use goodwill.
Yes, absolutely right. Venus is the planet that is strong. Venus is the planet that can bring balance and an ease from the problems in this month. She is in strong position. Jupiter, on the other hand, is still moving in the constellation of Scorpio and is about to leave the sign next month. But this is something that we will talk about next month. For now, I can talk that Jupiter also is forming uh, some spiritual combination. Every time, every day, okay, listen now to this. Jupiter every day will be forming in some hours, but especially in some moments. A little bit after Jupiter has rised every day, a little bit after this moment, like for example 20 minutes maybe, will be formed a special spiritual combination, which is again said to give persons who can eventually achieve nirvana or enlightenment. It is a different kind of combination. They say when the end of the last degrees of a sign that is containing Jupiter arising.
Mm-hmm.
This can be so. So we have special spiritual time every day this month. So in a way, while looking at Venus is with Mercury, which is again spiritual combination,
Mm-hmm.
and the special signs of Venus, this is showing that this month have a lot of spiritual energy, no matter of the other positions.
Positive protection.
Yes, and not only this, but even another spiritual combination is still active. It is a special combination of the of Saturn, the South Node, and Venus aspecting each other by special rules in a special school of Vedic astrology called Gemini. And still in the next 4 days, this combination will be active. And this combination has been said to give uh, selfless attitude, selfless actions.
Saturn,
In
Venus, and
this in this way, contributing to the pure minds of people, and also people who are born in this couple of days ahead are definitely a little bit more spiritual, even the common people.
so people who have combination, for example, Saturn, Venus, the South Node, they naturally are like that, more selfless people.
Yes, but this is a special combination. This is happening because they are all in such kind of signs
Ah,
of quality, like double signs,
double
like
body.
Sagittarius and Virgo.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Node, Saturn, and Venus still are in this position a couple of days. Yes. So a lot of spiritual combinations this month. Really, really interesting time. Definitely. Definitely. It is impressive, I think.
Hmm. Fascinating. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, and now let's remember that Saturn have defeated the dragon,
Yay.
destroying the. And I think we all have felt this in the last couple of days in a way through some kind of conflict that was especially relieving, or other kinds of developments that made us feel this. But Saturn go now on the other side of the dragon, the axis of the nodes. In this way, destroying the so-called combination Kavasarpa dosha that is said to give really cruel times, which was obvious in September. And now, not expected, but especially Saturn give us relief and more peace in this way.
So
And
maybe people, it manifested by some problem going away, some difficult condition improving.
yes, through some kind of a crisis, they achieved better condition.
Mhm.
And even I can say some kind of moral conflict happening because of the nature of the transition of Saturn. And apart from this, I have heard from many people about women especially that they have felt in their hearts in the last 2 days a big relief.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
this is the strength of Venus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, something else. Saturn now with this movement will go in a such place in the sky that is set to rule Africa. So until I can say the middle of January, Saturn will be there. In this way, I think this will bring definitely, of course, much more troubles to this already troublesome continent. So Saturn can bring there all kinds of problems, including natural disasters, strong moral conflicts, and so on. We can see it in the news, especially in the last couple of days when Saturn. So that was interesting. Saturn in the sign of religion was moving over the south node. This is the constellation Sagittarius, and in Africa, in Nigeria, they freed around 500 men from something like a spiritual slavery. They were literally tortured and chained, and with violence, which is of course mistake even according to Muslims. They were taught how to be Muslim. Uh, they were taught, or at least their teachers say so, about Quran. So, however, the thing is that in a spiritual or school or that is pretending to be, there were people there in spiritual slavery that were freed.
Oh wow, the dragon.
Yes, and they were freed by the government forces, Saturn.
Uh-huh. So the
So,
government overcame.
so it's literally corresponding to what was happening in the sky. Saturn entering the place of Africa and forming this combination of defeating the dragon, and those people that no one know about them before that. They were tortured, beaten, even 5-year-old only.
Oh wow.
So they were freed. So this is ominous for what Saturn is creating now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's really interesting to see how the things are corresponding.
Plays out.
And so different other influences are there, of course. I can say that uh, after 10 days, also Mars will be forming a combination that will lead to more troubles uh, related to sexuality. So I think this can be a time that, for example, woman has to be a little bit more careful, and that the combination of Mars with a certain star in this time can even be dangerous for some important women.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but not women that are known for their purity, for others. Yeah.
Or more sexually liberal.
Yes, even we can see in the news how some such people, like women, even prostitutes, have really bad things happen in that time for
Mm-hmm.
them. Yes. And so, also, however, in the same time, okay, this is reminding me something else about the stars. In the beginning of the month, the, of course, again depending on where you live, a certain star will become more prominent, a spiritual star, not the one that Venus is appearing with, but another. And so we have additional spiritual influence in the beginning of the month, around 3rd of October, but it can be 4th, 5th, 5th, depending where you live. So again, signs of influences that will bring us much more peace and love for this month. And even healing. This star that I'm talking about is known to give even healing. Yeah. It's a star that was known by the name Orpheus in ancient times.
Orpheus.
Legend that is coming from my land.
Yes, he was healing with sound,
with music. Yes.
with music. Well, is it the sun passing there? Or?
No. The star is about to disappear. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is making a heliacal phase.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this was important in ancient times to know when certain stars are making appearance or disappearance or culmination and so on, because in this way they are ruling the days and times. So this is more difficult to follow because it depends on where exactly you are and what are the conditions of the heaven in that time, if you will be able to see this or not. And but let's say that in the beginning of October, this will happen for the entire world with this star. And then also I can say that around 21st of October, there will be appearance of the star called Arctur in the sky. And Arctur is known to be a warrior-like star that has also the nature of Jupiter to some degree. So it's a kind of warrior, but they say that because it is staying against the big bear in the sky, which is a monster, and in ancient times they have also called him a defender.
A defender.
Yes. So in a way, we can see people acting very bravely to defend others, for example, or we can feel this urge on inner level around 21st, 22nd of October.
Mm.
Yes. And there can be important conflicts that are intending to bring peace, for example.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the good ones win. The ones that are trying to.
Yes, around that time. But remember, 26th, Black Moon, Mars is making square with Saturn. Don't make anything important. 26th of October. It will be especially disastrous.
Wow.
In that moment.
Thank you. Was that the month of October over or?
Yeah, in general, yes.
Oh, thank you so much, Trifon. That was so fascinating. It's way more than a monthly forecast. And by the way, if anyone would like a personal reading with Trifon, he has a pretty nice discount for the next few days on one in-depth life theme. He basically takes, it might be love or career, whatever your health, and he uses ancient timing techniques to give you predictions for the future about that life theme, to discuss it in depth. So Trifon is offering to Astrolada viewers this discount. There is a link below in the description if you want to contact our sage, our wise man, Trifon Nicolo. Thank you so much, Trifon. Have a wonderful October with lots of spiritual insights.
Thank you too, and thank you all, and we'll talk again soon.
Wonderful. Bye-bye.
Bye.